Good morning guys, I have got so much news for you. Firstly, if you watched my last video, you may realize that my face has returned to its former non-puffy self, but a little bit more on that later. I've got the day off today, so I'm just going to be chilling at home and I'll show you what I do when I'm home by myself. You may have noticed that I am in a new place, but more importantly, you may have also noticed that I have new hair. I love my new hair. It's so soft and smooth. Thank you, Natural P. On to the video. So I naturally wake up around 6 o'clock, a little bit before 6 these days, because for some reason Japan doesn't believe in daylight savings and it gets bright around that time. So straight away after waking up, I just roll out of bed and force myself to do an ab workout, because I know that if I don't do it straight away, it's not gonna happen. And it also kind of helps to wake me up. After that, I'll wash my face and then go have breakfast. And lately I've just been having some kind of random smoothie. Today's smoothie is a green smoothie. That's one of my favorites. And I'm making it with spinach, avocado, frozen banana, and some soy protein powder. I'm also having a bullet coffee because I've got some study plans and I want that increased mental clarity that you get from the combination of the caffeine and the MTCs in coconut oil. Thank you, Tim Ferriss. I don't have this every day, but I really notice a difference when I drink this. I feel like way more alert. So we're doing that today. Because it's the weekend, I also have to do the solji, which is the cleaning. That involves laundry, vacuuming, wiping. Actually, it's really easy to clean this apartment and I can do the whole thing properly in about 20 minutes. So not bad, not a bad effort. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate my new pants? Ta-da! And let's not forget to water the plant babies. Now that the house is all clean, I feel like I'm also mentally clear to kind of start doing some work. I've actually got quite a big week tomorrow, so I've got some organisation and planning to get sorted for that. There's a delegation of staff coming from the school I graduated in Australia to Osaka, and I've got to organise meetings and schedules and just tidy up the last little bit of the preparations there. I also want to put in some new keywords into Anki for my Japanese study, and that's about it for the morning. I want to start editing a video, but not till afternoon. I'm thinking of getting new glasses because like these ones just do that all the time, and sometimes it goes like that, which is worse. Oh, case in point. Also, going back a few weeks to when I was a puffy mess, I finally got the results back from my allergy blood test, and with great anticipation, I found out that, ta-da! I'm not allergic to anything. So I was tested for various allergens, as you can see here, mostly seafoods, and they've all come up as 0, which means that I have absolutely no reaction to them. I'm totally clear to eat any kind of sushi that I want, so I actually had sushi last night after not having it for a month, and I really love sushi. So that's good that it means I don't have to worry about what I'm eating. I was particularly worried about having a fish allergy because in Japan that would be really hard to manage. I mean, having a shellfish allergy would be okay. It's easy to know when there is prawn or scallop or something like that in a food. But a standard fish allergy would be much harder to manage because if you know anything about Japanese cuisine, you would know that their base stock is dashi, and that is made from fish. I also had this other regular blood test done, which is not an allergy one, it's just a normal one. And there's nothing wrong with my liver, nothing wrong with my kidneys, and I'm also not anemic, so that's really good to know. I was kind of worried about my liver for a little while because when I had my initial blood test at the emergency room, my bilirubin, I think it's bilirubin in English, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I'd never heard of it before, but my levels of that compound were more than double the normal maximum safe amount. So I was kind of worried that I might have some kind of liver problem. This bilirubin, I still can't say it. I'll put the word here. So if you have a really high level of this bilirubin, that means your liver's not breaking down toxins properly, and obviously that can lead to some really serious problems. That is not something that I wanted to have. So I was really glad that that had returned to normal. The doctor said that the reason it was so high was probably because I had an IV drip and my body was dealing with trauma, because that is what normally happens apparently. But that still doesn't explain why I turned into a puffy potato a couple of weeks ago. Some of you guys commented on my last video and said that it may have been from kemushi, which is like a really furry caterpillar, and maybe the furs or the hairs just detached and landed on me, which is kind of scary to think that a caterpillar can make you expand like a blowfish. Like, what if it happens again? I don't want that. But anyway, I can eat all sushi now, so I'm happy. Look how cute Japanese medical forms are. Like, it's so cute. Little pictures. Also guys, I have this weird thing where my laptop's kind of become a desktop because it doesn't turn on unless you plug it into the wall, and the battery never ever charges. It's literally stuck at 0 no matter how much I charge it. Is it gonna die soon, or will it still be able to be used as long as I'm plugged into the wall? If you have any advice, please let me know. I would love to hear it. Now that all the work stuff's done, it's time to do some Japanese study. So right now I'm just transferring like my kind of messy notes into my neat notebook where I can kind of consolidate everything. And my whole life has just turned into kanji. It's too many. I just need to like absorb it into my head like this somehow. Anyway, that's what we're doing now. So I actually stopped going to school a couple of weeks ago because it's a long story. I don't know where to start. The reason I haven't gone is I've been having visa problems. So this all started back in October when I decided that after my working holiday visa finished, I wanted to stay in Japan, and I looked into how to change from a working holiday visa into a regular work visa. To cut a long story short, I ended up applying for this new work visa in March this year and had just been kind of waiting for the result. So I didn't know if it was going to be accepted or not, which is why I didn't extend my tuition at the language school that I'm at. Anyway, I found out the result on Monday when I went to immigration, and my application was rejected. I didn't get a visa. So that was a shock. They rejected my application because my qualification in photography was apparently not a real university subject. So I have to leave Japan within 30 days. Yeah, so that was a shock. At first, yes, I was upset and mostly just shocked, really. But after that sort of calmed down, I've been thinking of different ways that I can stay in Japan. But for now, I'm not allowed to work, I'm not allowed to go to school, which is hence why I'm here doing the self-study. But I'll tell you a little bit more about my plans after I've had some lunch. So now I'm just going to prepare some rice for dinner later, and I like doing this early just because I like the smell of the rice cooking. Going to go out for a walk to get a bit of exercise, and I'm also going to stop by the supermarket to pick up some protein for dinner because I got none. Let's go outside. Just saw this in the kids candy section and it outrages me. Cocoa cigaretto. Chocolate cigarettes for kids. That's terrible. Why, Japan? Why? Why don't you love me? What did I do wrong? You know how sometimes you do nothing and you're just like real tired from doing nothing? So before I was talking about my visa problem, and I am not done with Japan. Like Japan, you can get rid of me temporarily, but you're not going to get rid of me forever. Not that easily. So I've been thinking of other ways that I can stay in the country, and at the moment I'm thinking that the easiest and probably most likely attainable route is the student visa. So to get a student visa, there's like a bit of a process, and it involves writing a little kind of mini essay, I guess, about why you want to study in Japan. And I think I'm going to start writing that now. I feel like I'm in school again, like in high school doing some kind of exam. We're going to do a little essay plan and then just kind of roughly write out what I think I'm going to say. This guy's home. Time to make dinner.
Your favorite?
I'm only opening the fridge once. The one thing that I didn't tell you guys about is that my mum and my sister plan to come to Japan, and they arrive on the 27th, and I got to be up by the 26th. So I'm kind of trying to work out what to do about that. What do you think I should do about that?
I think you better travel with them.
I feel bad. I feel like I'm ruining their trip if I'm not here. But yeah, like I really thought I would have this visa. I'm thinking of either going to Korea and trying to come back on a tourist visa, or go all the way back to Australia. But it's closer from Korea. The only thing that like might be a problem is that at immigration on the way back in, they might try and stop me. Like it's not illegal, but they might look at my passport and go, oh, you've like just been here for a really long time and then like left for a couple of days and come back. Like that looks kind of suspicious. But anyway, that's the current plan for now, guys. Tell me what you think. Have you had a similar experience? Comment below. I'm gonna eat my dinner in peace now. We were just talking about foxes, and I was like, is a fox a cat or a dog? And then I thought I knew, like, I was like, oh, obviously it's a dog. And I was like, wait a minute, no it's not. And then I looked it up, and a fox is its own thing. Did you guys know this? A fox is not a canine, it's a vulpine. Vulpine or vulpine, I don't know. So it's like, it got its own category. So exclusive. I'm gonna ask Tessa if she knows. Do you think she'll know?
She doesn't know.
Alright, let's...
She's there like a dog.
She'll think a dog?
Yeah, she will think fox is dog.
Alright, let's find out. She says it's a dog.
Oh.
Well guys, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's time for me to get ready for bed. We have not yet solved the visa problem, but at least we solved this great mystery of whether a fox is a dog or a cat. Oyasumi.